Welcome to the Recon Trader. In today's video, I will share with you some tactical analysis over on the Bitcoin charts as we take a look at the next possible move for Bitcoin's price. So with that in mind, let's jump right over to the charts. And we will start over here on the daily candles for Bitcoin USDT on the Binance exchange. And each one of these bars or candles basically represents a day of price action for Bitcoin. And before we drop any indicators or drawings on the chart, what I noticed right now is Bitcoin set a higher low and now a higher high has been established. And so Bitcoin's price does appear to be headed higher. However, Bitcoin's price has run into resistance right along this level here around 28,000. And looking back, that would be around this wick area here. And so really the bulls need to push this price up above that 28,000. Perhaps we see a little bit of chop, maybe another higher low before setting the next higher high. That would help confirm the fact that the bulls have control of the battlefield and this was not just kind of a pump and dump situation. In fact, if we drop in the drawing tools, you can see last week Bitcoin broke through this descending triangle and we had a target up here around 30,000 for that breakout. Now, like I mentioned, Bitcoin's price has run into resistance at 28,000, which is really now the key level for Bitcoin's price to get above, close above, and hold above. Now, on the flip side, Bitcoin's price has been finding support down here around 27,000 and along this upper trend line. And so the level I will be keeping an eye on will be this 27,000 level. A break and a close down below 27,000 and Bitcoin's price more than likely will sell off lower, perhaps down to around 26,000 or even 25,000. And with that in mind, we can drop in the Recon Auto Fib Retracement Indicator to actually look at possible levels of support and resistance. And right now, really a level of support is coming in around the 618 on today's candle. That would be around 27.5. And in reality, pretty much between 27.5 to again down here around this 27,000 level where these wicks come in, that would be the zone of support. I would look for the price of Bitcoin to hold above a close down below 27,000 on these daily candles, and then Bitcoin's price could be headed lower, perhaps down here to the 786 level, which is coming in at around 26,378, or again, somewhat of a zone, probably between 26.5 and 26,000, which would be back down here at the bottom of these wicks. A break down below this level, and Bitcoin's price could dump back down here to around 25,000, which would be kind of the low of these wicks back in here. After that, it's open air all the way down to the 1272, clear down here, and that puts Bitcoin's price at 23,000. Now, on the flip side, if the bulls can break through, again, pretty much this 28,000 to the 50% mark of 28,352, which, similar to those downside levels of support, the bulls would be looking at a zone of resistance towards the top side of around 28,000 to 28.5. So, if you want to play it cautious, you might actually wait for a close rather than above 28,000. You might wait for that close above 28.5, which would put the price of Bitcoin above the 50% mark. After that, the next level of resistance more than likely is going to come in around the 382 level, and that's coming in just above 29,000. If we look back and check our 6 back here, you can see that was a very strong level of support until it basically wasn't here when Bitcoin actually dumped. So I would look for this strong level of support around 29,000 to flip into resistance. And it will more than likely be a strong level of resistance. Now, a surge above 29,000 and Bitcoin's price more than likely be headed up to around the 236 level, and that would put Bitcoin's price at around 30,000, which again would be kind of a psychological level, really, and a level of resistance, as you can see back here, where Bitcoin's price did wick into that 30,000 level and found a lot of resistance. And so at the end of the day, there's probably a lot of resistance between 29,000 to 30,000. Now, a break through this 30,000 or 236 level, and Bitcoin's price could be headed back up here to around 32,000, where it has run into resistance previously. So with that all in mind, right now, Bitcoin is essentially consolidating sideways. The bulls have made a push up with a higher low and a higher high, and now that price is consolidating sideways, and the longer it consolidates sideways, the more likely a big move will occur. Now, before we wrap this video up, we can drop in the Recon EMA ribbon, and right now, the ribbon is starting to flip towards the bullish side with the green EMA on top, and the blues are starting to move above your reds and yellows. What would be imperative for the bulls is to keep this price above the EMA ribbon, and more importantly, this orange line you see running through the screen, that's the 120 moving average. The bulls need to get that price above that 120 moving average, which again is coming in right around that 28,000 level. A break above this 120 moving average, and at that point, more than likely, the ribbon will have flipped bullish and the bulls could be off and running. Now again, since we don't make predictions, on the flip side, if the price breaks down below the ribbon, well, you can see in the past when the price is down below the ribbon, clearly the bears are in control of the price action, and we would look for a sell-off again back down towards 26,000 or maybe 25,000. But again, as long as the price chops in between essentially the ribbon and this longer term moving average, the more likely a big move or a breakout or a dump will be coming. So with that being said, if anything major happens over here on the charts, I will do an update video, so now would be a good time to shoot that subscribe button. If you like this video, do me a favor, spike a like. If you have questions or comments, drop them in the comment section down below. And until next time, remember, never send your money into battle without first doing your recon. See you in the next video.